Hey there, it's Doodlenab, or you can call me Shui, and today I'm just gonna talk about some stuff. I'd like to start the video off by saying I'm recording with a Guitar Hero mic. That's amazing. Another thing I'd like to say is that I've never recorded me speaking before, and I'm also doing this without a script because I don't write anything down because I'm lazy. So I'm nervous. I don't know what I'm doing. Please forgive me. I'm also trying a lot of new stuff out with this video. There might be some mistakes in the visuals. I don't know yet because I haven't edited it all together. We'll see. I'll do my best to avoid any mistakes, but you're gonna hear and see quite a lot most likely, so again, please forgive me for that. So you might be wondering, who's this twat speaking? Hi, I'm Shui, I'm an artist, I'm 17, I live in Scotland. I've lived in Scotland my entire life. I know I don't sound like I live in Scotland, but I am Scottish. And today I'll just be talking about stuff. Hopefully it'll be entertaining. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. It'll probably be stuff relating to me because I kind of need to draw off my own experiences. I haven't got anything else planned. So I suppose let's talk about my experience as a small artist. I don't have much of a following anywhere. I've been posting my art online since I was around 12, maybe 13. But I'd still call myself fairly new to the community because I've only actually recently started interacting with other artists. Basically, I have quite a lot of anxiety, and I always have. I definitely call myself quite shy, I suppose. And only recently have I been starting to get a bit more confident and actually try and make friends with other people and interact. So for the longest time, I had like no friends. You know, I'm bad at making them. I was bad at making them when I was a kid. I still am bad at making them, but I'm getting better. And I'm actually quite proud of how well I've been doing lately. Over the past couple of years, I've made quite a few friends online and in real life, which is new for me. And I'll talk more about that in another video, probably. I'll talk more about my experiences with anxiety, social anxiety, panic attacks, depression, all that wonderful, fun topics. I won't talk about those too much in here, except if they're relevant, I guess. Maybe if I go off on a tangent, I don't know. Anyway, I'm still very much a small artist. I don't have much of a following. The biggest platform I have is one of my Aminos, where I have over 1,000 followers and not too much more than that, and I don't really post to that anymore. So coming up on that is my DeviantArt with 800 and something watchers. So I'm not the biggest of artists. I don't have much of a platform, and you know, that's fine, but sometimes I do get very jealous of other artists. You know, sometimes you see people who've been working at it they've maybe had an account for a month or so and they're very quickly gaining a following. Honestly, I will admit, I get kind of jealous of that. I've had my Instagram account for 6 years, I think, and it's not even hit 600 yet. It's just about there and still fluctuating. And I know numbers aren't everything, of course, but for an artist, when you're wanting to do commissions, it's kind of hard to get those when you don't have much of a following, you know? And I struggle with quite a lot of self-worth issues anyway, and sometimes I do worry about it. I do think about it. I do get depressed about it. It's just a thing that kind of happens. And the only thing you can do is just try not to lash out, I guess. I try not to annoy other people about it. I don't like self-promoting. I'm starting to get into more of a habit of like promoting commissions in some of my posts, promoting when I've got like a donation or something. I recently made a Ko-fi, and I've started promoting that. You know, just try and put myself out there a little more. I think part of the reason why I am still so small an artist is because I don't interact much with other artists, which is why I have been trying to comment on pieces I like more, try and remember to like pieces, because I've always had a habit of seeing posts and just not liking them, even if I do want to, just out of pure anxiety or just kind of not really thinking about it. I also follow a lot of artists because I love seeing art on my timeline. I love seeing it show up on my feed. I like looking at it. I like appreciating it. I like trying to learn from other people's styles that I like, or learn from their mistakes if I can see any. And I also love giving constructive criticism if the artist welcomes it. Even if it's an artist I see as much better than I am, I can usually spot mistakes quite well if it's something that they're unfamiliar with and I am. Say it's an artist that usually draws animals, I usually draw people, and if they draw a person, I can usually spot whether the anatomy is off, you know? If the artist is alright with it, I love giving constructive criticism. Hell, if anyone watching this wants some constructive criticism, like, DM me or something with a piece that you'd like me to criticize and give you advice on. You know, I'd love to do that. I mean, I always welcome criticism on my work because of that. I love hearing people's input on stuff I draw. I remember once on my DeviantArt, I posted a concept for a story, and someone wrote a comment sort of theorizing about it just based on the concept, and I was incredibly flattered. You know, it's a really nice feeling seeing someone invested in your work, even if it's enough that they want to give you advice or criticize an aspect. Like, it still means that someone's looked over your work, you know? It's really important for growing as well. So I'll always appreciate it, even if sometimes it can be kind of upsetting, you know, if you've worked on a piece for hours and hours. Someone is giving you constructive criticism. It means that they've looked over your piece and they care enough to give you advice. I mean, obviously, sometimes criticism isn't the best way of getting stuff. Sometimes it could be incredibly rude and won't even be actual constructive criticism. But even then, it's something. It means someone's interacting. Although, another thing that I don't actually like is self-promotion on pages. I really hate that, especially because I have such a small page. And people asking me to check out their work, I mean, it's okay, I guess, but it's the fact that I'm a small artist already. I don't have much of an audience, and you're coming into my comments to promote yourself. It's just kind of rude, you know? If it's not invited, if it's not like a self-promo post, you know, when artists post something that allows other artists to promote themselves or others on it, then it's fine, obviously. But when it's just like a random post that you found, then you're self-promoting. It's just very annoying, you know? I see it as kind of rude. It's not great, especially when you rarely get comments in the first place, and you see that you've gotten a notification for a comment. And you know, when it's a real comment where someone's put time in to compliment you, or even just say that your piece is nice, like, even if it's simple, it's still like they've taken the time out of their day to say something to you. And I always appreciate that, even if I don't always respond, because sometimes my anxiety gets the better of me. But I always appreciate it. Like, seriously, appreciate artists if you like their work. There's very few artists, I'm sure, who would not like to be told that you appreciate their work, that you find inspiration in their work. And especially if it's a young artist, even if they're not actually that great yet, skill level wise, it means the world to any artist, I think. It doesn't matter how experienced they are, or how inexperienced they are. If you're complimenting their work genuinely, it's a great feeling. It makes us feel very happy. I think most artists would agree. It's very nice to get comments. And I know I don't respond to a lot, but when I do, I struggle to make it sound like I really appreciate it, but I honestly really do. You know, it makes me very happy. And some comments I think about for the rest of the day, and it just uplifts you. It can be really great, honestly. Especially someone like me who some days I struggle to find any reason to even be awake, honestly. And to get a nice comment is just, it means the world. Anyway, I think I've rambled enough for now. Like I said at the start of the video, I've never done this before. This is honestly just kind of a test to see if I can make this work. And honestly, I've enjoyed it, so I'd love to do more. And I'd love to practice speaking more, because again, I'm not good at it. I stumble over my words all the time. There's already so much audio I've had to cut out just because I've completely lost track of what I was saying, or I've completely messed up pronunciation because I suck. I suck at vocalizing things in general. So I hope at the very least this wasn't too difficult to listen to. I hope it was at least interesting. If you agree or disagree, like, tell me in the comments any opinions. I hope this wasn't too difficult to follow, because I did probably go on quite a lot of tangents. It's honestly just Shui rambles for 10 minutes, you know? Maybe I'll do more with actual topics, and I won't go on as many tangents, and it'll be focused on one thing and one thing only. But today was just me testing stuff out, talking for 10 minutes, with a Speedpaint behind it. Hopefully it'll be a bit more interesting on my channel, and hopefully I can do this a lot more often now. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.